day 2 on the Thames, and Jamie's just going to take us out towards Shiplake Lock, and then we are going on to Henley on Thames. Hopefully we're not stuck in this little cove. Using the bow thruster to get us out. Dogs are ready. See us swinging round our bow end. I had to think which end it was then. To do a 360 in that direction. Lovely little wild mooring spot. Very good spot that, my love. This is the joy of being on the Thames. You can turn anywhere. A little bit cloudy today, but about 28 degrees. We've got some shopping to do, we've got some rubbish to get rid of, so we're hoping we can achieve all of that. And we Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday, I think. Well done, Kevin.
Aye.
This is where we're leaving. That is our little wild mooring. Absolutely gorgeous. Miles away from anywhere, but hey, gorgeous. Brief mooring just before Shiplake Lock to get rid of the rubbish. There are not many of these points along the Thames, so we have to take the opportunity when we can. Just moored at Shiplake Lock, but there's nobody manning it till tomorrow. Jamie's just sussed out how to work it, and it's open for a boat coming the other way, so we're going to wait till they've gone through. We have got our dogs on leads. I haven't stopped the engine yet because we've got to get in there. And we've just tipped out the rubbish. Behind us. How you doing, Cam?
All right.
What do you think of the view?
Incredible houses. I could probably afford that one there.
Yeah. Currently in Marshlock. Waiting for the big yogurts to come in. Is that you making that noise?
Yeah, I accidentally swallowed a flute and now I'm breaking wind in flute notes.
It's a little busker outside, isn't there?
Yeah, not for long if he carries on. He'll be fluting through his nostril.
I think it's rather nice, darling.
It is for the first 5 minutes, but after 3 hours,
We could be fed up of it.
I could set the dogs on him.
So anyway, we're now moored at Mill Meadows in Henley. Jamie's been solo boating most of the way. And he's got to go shopping this afternoon. But we are bang next door to a Tesco, so it shouldn't be a problem. This will be the first time we've used this little gadget at the back with no cars. Here he goes. You wave to the camera. Off to Tesco's he goes. He's a good boy. So good morning everybody. It is, I don't even know what day it is. That's what happens when you're on holiday. I think it's middle of the week. We are heading out from Henley on Thames, which has been a lovely mooring but quite busy. And we are going to hopefully make it to Cookham this afternoon. So off we go to Cookham. By Henley on Thames. Very nice. Just coming out of Henley. Island in the middle. Some more boats. Very pretty. Choose from. Watch for the rowers ahead. Safe to say moorings are tight in Henley. Hubby at the helm. Duck hatch view. Found a seated position. It's a lot more comfy. Got a long way before locks now. View from the bow. Just a choice of left or right around this island. We've got rather a long cruise. I think I guess about 2-3 hours before we get to the next lock. Looking at what appears to be where they had the concert at the weekend, so we deliberately didn't come up to this section because we were told it would be absolutely horrendous for mooring. But they're in the throes of taking the stage apart, I think, and clearing up. Here is Temple Island. Jamie's called it Poets Island. Right in the middle of the river. On we go. I said I'd like to work for that company. That's my house, if I could have one. And obviously that's my boat, if I could have one. Have had a bit of a time trying to find a mooring spot this afternoon. However, we think we've hit the jackpot because we are next to an island and it's absolutely beautiful. It's in Cookham. View, a little tour of our island. It's about 5:30 and we've been going since just before lunch, so about 6 hours. So it's been a long day. Look at this, we're moored around the tree stump. Hubby's just tying us up and we have our own little walkway over here, don't we, Charles? Hey? Look at that. It was a tight squeeze, but we made it. So now we're going to have a very long-earned drink. Aren't we, darling?
Oh, we are, darling.
What are you doing now, love?
Going for a swim.
Going for a swim. He's stripping off before the thunderstorms come tomorrow. I'm keeping it above your waist.
Oh, you haven't got a big enough camera for below that.
I haven't.
Where's my
Right,
towel?
you ready? Towel's there.
I'm gonna wear my shoes in. This is how the
Shoes.
This is how the Olympics do it.
Yeah, but surely they'll get knackered. Okay, put your foot in first to see if it's too cold. Don't want you having a heart attack.
Heart attack.
You might.
I'm only 18 up top.
In your head. What are you doing? You're
I'm
stepping
using
down
the swim ladder.
And what do you think?
Ooh,
Is it cold?
yeah,
What? How cold?
quite cold.
Go on then. Just don't have a heart attack once you're in, okay? Is it too cold?
No, I'm just getting in gradually from the side.
Okay, sweetheart.
So all professional swimmers do, lovely. You don't know that.
Charlie's going to come in with you, look.
Coming in, Charlie.
No, he was wondering what you're doing. You in? Too cold? Is it like freezing or is it just...
No, it's nice.
Okay. Refreshing.
Oh, fucking hell, what's that on my feet?
What do you mean? You've got shoes on.
I know, something wrapped around me like a pike. Gonna chew my penis off or something.
You can't say that on video. Come on, don't be a puff. He's in! Wild swimming. What's it like, love? What's it like?
Hello, go on then.
You going in?
Then.
Go on then. You going in? Go on. No, don't splash them as they won't come in.
I'll do a bit of cleaning on the side.
What's it like, love? Bracing? Is it like your shower in the morning? Are your pants staying on?
Oh,
What's that like?
oh yeah, cooling.
Is it?
I'll just go for a little.
Go on then.
Let's go around the Thames a bit.
Don't go too far. Nice? Refreshing? Good. Just don't drink any of the water. What's it like?
All right.
Out of 10?
Eh?
Out of 10.
It's all right.
8?
It's nice.
Okay.
I'll have a little wee.
Now don't have a wee.
What?
You can't say that on video.
Actually, while I'm here now, see if I can.
What are you doing?
See if I can. Oh no, I'll tighten that. Oh, it's all right.
Are you sinking in the mud?
No.
Oh. Obviously I would join you, but I can't. Because I've got a spazzer foot. What are you doing?
Checking the yoke on the rudder.
Okay. Now decided he's
Familiar
going
with my girl's back bottom from down below.
to... He's cleaning the boat now. It's typical. Can't ever swim and just leave it at that. Has to go and clean at the same time. I thought you might. Dogs are very confused seeing their daddy in the water.
Take that.
I can't. Was that enough?
Okay, now I've got off the canal.
What are you doing?
No idea what us athletes have to go through.
Do you feel refreshed now?
I need to get out. That's what I need to do.
Are you not on the prong?
Yeah, but
Okay, come on, come on. Give it all you got. Well done, love. Did you enjoy that?
it's
cleaning his shoes. That's a pose, my love.
You're getting off my booty.
I am. Socks off. You can't take them off.
It was nice actually. I cleaned the boat in the end, so home from home.
Just passing through Maidenhead. We've done one lock this morning. Once the rain had stopped, we had a very heavy rain session last night, thunderstorms and all sorts. But we've decided to crack on today, and it was forecast no more rain. And we're now heading towards Windsor and possibly Eton, depending on how the weather holds and how the captain is doing, because I'm having a little bit of a rest because my foot needs to be better by the time Jamie goes back to work in about 4 days' time. Look at that little cottagey type house there. Little window open. Very sweet. So we've just arrived at Braylock, just past Maidenhead. I think it's called that. I'll correct it later if it's not. And two of the differences with the canal locks are that number one, you have to turn your engine off when you're inside the lock, and the second one is that you use the bow and stern ropes rather than the centre line. As I said, it's been raining this morning and we're hoping the weather holds out for the rest of the cruise, aiming to get to Windsor / Eton depending on moorings. Jamie's taking the dogs for a quick pee while we're waiting to get into the lock. There were about 6 or 7 boats here when we got here, and we knew we weren't going to make that one, so we're on the second lot. I think we're number 3 boat, so we should be in for this one, because the little ones tend to congregate at the top and then we take up most of the space. And I'm wearing this for sympathy today, hoping that the lock keepers will be kind, like my rather sexy yellow sock. Approaching Eton. Well, Windsor and Eton. In fact, we're in Windsor, I think. The frustration is that so many of the places that you think you can moor, you can't, because they're all private moorings, even though they say moorings on the map. But hey, just approaching Boveney Lock, and then we're into the outskirts of Eton. We're just going past the racecourse, Windsor racecourse, on the right hand side. So here we are, moored at Eton. And we did try for that mooring over there, however we couldn't because it was too far away from the bank. So it all looks rather lovely that side. And we chose to come here. It looks like Brighton Beach. However, we can get ice cream for pudding. We've got all the little pitchers next to us. But you know what? It's a mooring. Got to pay for it, but it's okay. So we even have entertainment on the canals, and free at that. How marvellous. Only on the Thames. It's around 9 o'clock. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday today, and I've just booked passage through the Brentford lock on Sunday evening, which is the last chance before Jamie goes back to work on Tuesday. So we have a bit of distance to clear today. So I'm finding that being on the Thames, you need to have a map, you need internet, you need apps and all sorts to find out all the details that you need for the journey. For instance, I've had to book online for the Brentford lock. I've had to look on an app for the next lock that it takes. Sorry about my husband making so much noise in the background. For refuse collection and all sorts. It's an absolute minefield, whereas on the canals you can pretty much see where you're going. So anyway, wish us luck. We've got a long way to go today. It says 5 hours to Brentford, but I think that's a little on the conservative side. But if we make it to Kingston, I'll be happy. Just leaving our moorings at Eton. Nice view this side. We've got a long drive today, Captain.
Alright.
Beautiful sunshine.
We to go left or right?
I know. Under the bridge. Heading towards the next lock. Just coming out of Eton. High Street just behind the Coat Brasserie. Have a lock coming up around this corner. Nice little country section just coming up past Eton. It's a much more peaceful affair on the Thames. Just holding a rope and no engine. And we are going down, and you can almost see under the water. Just passing Windsor Castle. Hidden behind the trees, obviously no mooring. Aisle that we're in, next to the castle. I guess it's all security with no moorings, etc. But it's beautiful. You can tell we're close to. I don't know if you got that. Anyway, I was filming this beautiful traditional Dutch barge with its mast and its fins. Jamie said are used in rough water. Well, maybe they're there for a while. This one's more my cup of tea. Not looking so seaworthy, mine, but that would be a nice little mooring there. But they are expensive. Moorings, that is. Riverway entrance to the right, and if Natalie and Elliot had been living down there, that's the way it would have gone. That goes to Godalming. However, we are still on the Thames, just come out of Chertsey Lock, and headed onwards. So my darling, how has the day been for you?
Bloody hell. Thames is meant to be lovely, and it is lovely.
It is.
You know, we had an incident with a swimmer who was in the middle of the Thames channel as you come out of the lock, and we couldn't see her. She had a red buoy dragging behind her, but she was weaving in between the boats. So Sally was driving, and by the time, didn't see her until we were past her. But
she spewed off a load of abuse.
In the main, I was making a cup of tea at the time, so nothing to do with me.
No, nothing to do with you.
But so it was
bit of a nightmare.
Yeah,
she was swearing at me, saying that she was going to report me for dangerous driving. The problem is that all these gin palaces, and I'm keeping my voice down because we've got one next door to us right these gin palaces can see, and when you're on the back of a 60-foot wide beam, you can't see directly in front of the bow.
They've all got they've got 2 or 3 tiers. They've got like a poop deck so they can see down. But we can't. But you know, honestly, if you're swimming in the Thames in the main channel where there's like about 10 or 12 boats going by, you shouldn't be weaving in and out of boats.
No,
it's asking for trouble.
Yeah, and the other thing was I was concentrating on 2 other boats overtaking us from the left that were faster than us, so I was slowing down for them, and it wasn't until the lady on one of the boats actually pointed in the water that I thought, what's going on? And it wasn't until she popped up on the side at the back screaming abuse at me that I even knew that she was there. So that was a bit of a nightmare. What was the other nightmares we've had? Coming in here.
Yeah, we got we're in Sunbury, and there's a gap for us to get in between the yogurt pots, the polystyrene, fiberglass boats, and they've all got these big buoys. And as we came in, Sally goes in nose first, I jump off, I can control the front of the boat, and then she glides in. She just caught the big massive buoys, like the metre wide buoys, and the boat just no
nudged.
Damage. And the bloke came running out, and I said, "There's no damage. We just kissed your boys. You know, I'm sorry for rocking your boat."
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was like
it's a bit of a nightmare.
It was just, you know, wouldn't believe me until he'd seen it, and then he just went
and went back in.
But his lovely wife came out and helped us.
Was it his wife?
Oh, I don't know. Lady came out and helped to tie up. But honestly, in London,
horrible.
We're finding it's very very clicky. Some of the lockies are a bit funny, and all sorts. So anyway, it's beautiful and it's lovely,
and it's big.
If it wasn't for all the yogurt pots,
yes, or gin palaces.
But we're biased, of course.
We are. But anyway, we're here. We're in Sunbury. We've moored up, thanks to our lovely Lockie. This last one. We say
first beer of
the day, and we are headed to Kingston, Teddington tomorrow. So enjoy your evening, and bye for now. See, this is what you can do on a river that you can't do on a canal on a wide big boat. It's 60 foot. We've just done a U-E, leaving our moorings at Sunbury and off to pastures new. I'm not quite sure where we're going to be today, but we need to be close to our destination, which is Brentford. Just moving out of Richmond Kingston, heading towards Teddington Lock, which we're hoping is going to be the last Thames lock. Well, yeah, it is, because Thames Lock itself is the last one we're doing, and that takes us onto the Grand Union. Today. Glad Jamie's driving and not me. Apparently power gives way to sail. So it turns out we left slightly too early from Kingston, and so we got to Teddington Lock, and let's just stop and let my husband through. We left a bit too early. It's gone past again. Anyway, we left too early, and the lock keeper advised at Teddington to moor up, which is what we've done, on a pontoon, and not leave here until 2 hours before we're meant to be at Brentford Marina. I was rather hoping we could get through and get moored up and wait there, but clearly not. So we are here and waiting for high enough tide to go through Richmond Lock. Here's our pontoon. So it could be worse places to moor up. He did say we could go down and turn round and come back again, but thinking of fuel prices, we thought maybe that wasn't an option. Just leaving our little safe pontoon. And onto
One that says no mooring, private property.
And onto the tidal Thames. My husband is shitting himself.
Looks low to me.
So we're just parallel to Teddington Locks, which is up the top, and we've had about an hour off. Our option was to go down and come back again, but we've decided to have a rest.
Very low space out.
And on we go.
Where are we going?
Jamie's having a nightmare with stray paddle boarders.
No, they're in the canoe.
Oh, canoeists.
Round. They're not look behind them once.
This is our view ahead. No idea what that building is up at on top of the mount, but heading towards the lock. It is very wide at this point. Richmond Bridge in the distance. We are hoping that they've raised the sluices. We're about on time. It's coming up to about 3 o'clock, and they said it could be 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after. Again, lots of craft on the water. A bit more of Richmond. I used to work here back in the day. The Body Shop. Lovely place to work and to live.
Two lights coming out of it.
On we go. Railway bridge ahead. There are 2 amber lights saying that the weir is open. And ahead, we've got 2 red lights saying don't go down that bit, go to the right, which has again got 2 amber signs. It's actually got it on the left as well. But obviously, navigation of boats means that you have to go to the right. Approaching Kew Gardens ahead, and that current is really making this boat work. It's against us, so the engine's having to really work to keep up. And we've just worked out that when we do take a left to Brentford in a minute, that the current will be with us, so that could be quite hairy. Don't know if you can see, but we've got a bit of a wash underneath, and the boat is rocking. Brentford in the distance, and on the right is people in Kew Gardens, but you can't see the Arboretum because it's behind all those people. I think in the distance that's our turn, and as you can see it's quite choppy, so we'll be glad to get off. Bye bye Thames. We think this is our turn, in which case hello Grand Union Canal.
Thames onto the Grand Union Canal. Happy days, hairy moment there. Here we are.
First nightmare of the Grand Union is that because we're at high tide, there is very little space under that bridge. I'll take you to the other end, you can have a look. You can see from the front end just how low it is. See, this is the height of the boat. And that is the height of the bridge. So we have to wait here. We're very kindly, well, there's a chap who's very kindly moored us next to him. And we have to wait for the tide to go down so that we can get through. Hey ho, welcome to the Grand Union, they said.